fulfillment of Bible prophecy. Now, this Knesset, this legislative building, the body of 120 Knesset members that make the decisions for this nation below us here, that is a restored nation operating, and this building screams across the world, we are in the process of fulfilling prophecy.
Later, you will hear our interviews with government leaders such as the former Prime Minister of Israel, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, former Speaker of the Knesset, Mr. Reuven Rivlin, and three-time Minister of Defense and Ambassador to the United States, Mr. Moshe Aarons. Israeli leaders constantly live with threats of war and have assembled the best military fighting force in the Middle East.
Ahmadinejad openly threatens Israel and says Israel has to be wiped off the map. So here you have a declared enemy. Now Iran is not a minuscule state, and the Iranians are hell-bent on getting nuclear weapons. So when somebody is talking and working towards nuclear capability and tells you that you need to be wiped off the face of the earth, you've got a real threat.
60 years ago, the nation of Israel did not exist. But now there can be no doubt that God has restored the Jewish people into a powerful nation. But what about the fourth promise God made to the Jewish people, that he would give them back their city of Jerusalem?
You know, the word Jerusalem is used 764 times in the entire Bible. And there are two passages that I'm reminded of immediately. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 38, where he said, I will give you your land back, but I will give you your city, your holy city, the city of Jerusalem. The book of Psalm says in 132 that I have chosen Jerusalem to dwell among my people forever and ever. You know, it's interesting too, we were talking about Independence Hall just a moment ago. David Ben-Gurion, the first prime minister of Israel, said, Jerusalem is the eternal, undivided capital city for the Jewish people. And of course, June 7, 1967, after almost 2,000 years of a divided city, the Jewish people were able to reunite their city. It is the capital for the Jewish people, and they say it's the eternal, undivided capital city.
Yet even though God gave the Jewish people back their city of Jerusalem, as we will see, the Bible also predicts that the Jewish people will find themselves under attack in the last days, and there will be a battle over the city of Jerusalem.
John, the Bible teaches in the book of Zechariah that in the last days, Jerusalem is going to become a cup of trembling. I believe what that means is that it's going to be intoxicating to those who control the city of Jerusalem. So there's going to be a major battle for the most important city to the Jewish people, and in particular the Temple Mount itself. The forces of the world are going to try to take Jerusalem away from the Jewish people. But Jerusalem is center focus as we look out over here towards Jerusalem. It's center focus of the world in the end times. But it is the city that God gave the Jewish people, and it's the location where he said he's going to dwell among the Jewish people forever. So a tank like this, a Merkava, which is the most advanced fighting machine in the world, used by the Israeli Defense Force, will be most likely in that battle as they fight for the protection of the Jewish people.
Stay tuned for scenes from next week's program, when we will take you to the city of Hebron, where God promised to give Abraham the land of Israel forever and make his descendants into a great nation. If you would like to have all 4 half-hour television programs in our new series, the 60th anniversary of the modern state of Israel, Why This Nation is a Monument to the Fulfillment of Biblical Prophecy, you may order it now. This series takes you to Independence Hall, where David Ben-Gurion announced to the world that Israel had become a nation, and within hours was attacked by 7 Arab countries. We will take you to Hebron, where God promised to give Abraham the land of Israel forever and make his descendants into a great nation. We will visit the world-famous Temple Mount, the Western Wall, the ancient streets that Jesus walked upon, go inside the Knesset, and the Shrine of the Book Museum where the Dead Sea Scrolls are stored. You will hear interviews with government and religious leaders, archaeologists, those in Israeli intelligence, and learn from Dr. Jimmy DeYoung what the Bible teaches about the future of Israel, the surrounding nations, and the return of Jesus Christ to earth. All 4 half-hour television programs are available on DVD for a gift of $49. Then second, we are making available The Search for Jesus Continues, a series in which leading scholars answered 30 of the most frequently asked questions raised on network television specials about Jesus, including how accurate are the New Testament accounts about Jesus' life? How do we really know that Jesus performed supernatural miracles and claimed to be God? After Jesus' death on the cross, what happened to his body? What about Jesus' resurrection appearances? The 4 half-hour television programs in this series are also available for a gift of $49. Then third, our 206-page book, Middle East Meltdown, which explains the reasons why a meltdown in the Middle East is occurring. How religious beliefs are motivating government leaders to risk armed conflict, even nuclear warfare. Why oil is fueling the crisis in the Middle East, and any disruption could affect the entire world. How God and the Bible foretold these events long ago, and where he says history is headed. Our book, Middle East Meltdown, is available for a gift of $15. And finally, if you would like to have all 3 of these items, that is, both TV series plus the book, they are available together in a special package for only $99. And you may order these materials now by calling us at 1-800-805-3030. That's 1-800-805-3030. Or you may order these materials at our website at johnankerberg.org. Next week on The John Ankerberg Show, more of the 60th anniversary of the modern state of Israel.
You have somebody who's holding a gun on you and they want to shoot, and you keep giving him more and more and more, but he keeps the gun leveled at your head. You know, you can give him anything he wants. He still wants to shoot you, and that's what's happening to us here.